Good evening, Buckeye Nation, and welcome to the OHIO Podcast Call-In Show. I am your host tonight, the Wildman, Chris Wilds, filling in for my buddy Buckeye Boggs, and let me tell you guys, it's All Sanctions Eve tonight. But before we get started on that, let's just throw it out there. We are proud to be the official podcast of Scarlet and Game and Fansided. Go to scarletandgame.com for great Buckeye coverage across all the sports that Ohio State has to offer. We're also the official Buckeye podcast of the College Huddle. Go over to thecollegehuddle.com where you can find us along with 80 other podcasts covering the football scene nationwide and college football. Now, before we kick off, make sure you are liking, subscribing, share this show with all your friends, hit that bell so that you don't miss a single episode. Remember, if you love what we do, and I know you do, make sure to become an official member. It's only $3.99 a month. You get a free t-shirt after your first 30 days. You get free online shipping from our store. Great behind-the-wall content. And guys, free access to our online version of our Ohio State Preview magazine, which you see pictured here to my left, to the right as you're looking at the screen. That is available now at theohiopodcast.com. Hard copies are coming. We will pre-sell hard copies. Contact us at theohiopodcast@gmail.com if you are interested in those. All 5 lines are open right now. Well, that didn't take long. We're down to all 5 lines filled up right now. That's a great start, guys. 537-483-1999. Try to keep our calls to around 10 minutes tonight if we can. I know it's an exciting night for everybody, but we want to hear as many new voices as we can out here tonight, guys. And if you want to jump to the head of the line, you know what you got to do. Just throw us a super chat. Send me your area code. If I can't decipher from that, I'll ask you for maybe the first 3 numbers of your phone number to go along with it. We're going to get you bumped up in line. All right, guys. Here it is. It's the big one for us. 2 years in the making. Michigan's punishment for sign stealing reportedly is going to drop sometime tomorrow. From what I have heard, some people say they already have the findings at Michigan. I don't believe this to be true, guys. I've heard that they are going to receive these findings sometime between 9 and 10 a.m. with a actual public response by the NCAA sometime around 12 to 1 o'clock. So, what are we expecting? That's the question for you guys tonight. If you listen to a lot of the national insiders, they're talking no vacated titles, no postseason ban. They keep that ill-gotten natty. Big fines, millions likely. Short suspensions. Maybe nothing more than the 2 games imposed by Sharon Moore himself. Likely show cause orders with potential lifetime bans to Harbaugh and Stallions. But that's what most of them are saying. Bottom line, they're saying they keep the hardware, they lose some cash, the NCAA moves on. And most OSU insiders are calling this a case of Michigan getting off easy. Is that what I believe? No. Is that what you believe? I want to find out. Also, guys, we're only 16 days out from Ohio State versus Texas in Columbus. Arch Manning already being anointed as the great one by the media. You've got Paul Feinbaum out there saying he's going to leave the country if the SEC doesn't win the Natty. A lot of people predicting Texas is going to win the Natty this year. What are your thoughts? Share it with me. Let me know. Also, Ryan Day's QB announcement is going to be coming after Saturday's scrimmage, according to what we're hearing. Right now, all signs point to 5-star Julian Sand over Lincoln Kienholz. But we don't know. However, what we do know is reports are saying that this could be Ryan Day's best ever offensive line as far as talent and depth go. It's loaded. So what are your thoughts on that? All right, here it is. Slap on the wrist, hammer, OSU, Texas, QB1, offensive line. Lines are open, 537-483-1999. Let's go, Buckeye Nation. We are going to our first call, and I believe This may be our friend Caden, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome to the OHIO podcast caller. What's on your mind?
Chris, you should already know who this name is.
I knew who it was. I said it was you, man.
Name.
I did.
You said my name and I appear. How are you, good sir?
It is All Sanctions Eve, Caden. I'm excited. I am very excited.
Well, I wanted to first say the OHIO podcast, I do appreciate the theme song, custom made to me, called and Carcass. I do want to let the OHIO podcast know they can use this first version of my theme song of the first prototype theme song of mine, Carcass, anytime that they want to. But I'm having Eric retest it and redo it a little bit just to my liking, to my taste.
That's what I heard, Caden. But it was a good one. I liked it. I know you're not a big country guy. You like something a little more heavy metal, is my understanding. A little some hard rock. And I get that, my dude, but I'll tell you, I thought it was one of Eric's best works. I'm not going to lie.
No, I can agree with you, Chris. And this is the first time I've agreed on you on multiple occasions. But yeah, here's the thing, OHIO podcast fans. I want the first version of the song to be released to you guys, so you guys can play it whenever you guys like. So then you can embarrass your opponent's friends. So if you got a Scum fan or a Wisconsin fan, you can just play that music and they'll get so mad that they'll probably flip you off, but you just don't care because Carcass is the most hot-hitting song from the OHL podcast, courtesy of your friend, Hayden the Diesel Freight. Yeah, the most hated Ohio State fan on this platform. Yes, even hated by the Voice of College Football Network.
That's okay, man. That is all right. Man, we got a live chat happening tonight. I'm excited, Caden. So tell me, what are we talking about tonight? Are we talking scandal? Are we talking Texas OSU? What's on your mind?
Let's go past the scandals, Chris, because we already know the hammer's going to drop on that scum team.
Fair enough.
Let's talk OSU Texas so we can get that out of the way. Paul Finebaum and the SEC Network want to call Arch Manning the chosen one. Like they know Arch, because the only reason they're calling Arch Manning the chosen one is because of two things. He's a quarterback, and because of his last name that has absolutely worthless meaning in the Big Ten, but is like royalty in the SEC, the Manning name. I mean, come on. You're overhyping the kid, and he's literally only played a couple games in his collegiate career, and you're saying he's the next big thing?
Against crap competition, Caden. That's the other thing. He played against crap competition.
But hear me out, Chris.
Yeah, go.
You gotta hear me out.
I'm listening.
Come on, you Texas fans are so overrating him. Like he's God. Like he's the god of college football. Like he's the quarterback that's gonna save y'all's program from a deficit. Y'all are a bunch of morons. I mean, oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously.
Here's my take on Arch Manning. Do I think he's got the potential to be very talented? Absolutely. Absolutely. And he does. He has a lineage. But you know what? That lineage means nothing until he goes out and proves it on the field. Right now, to me, yes, he's got about 2 games worth of snaps advantage on Julian Sayin. But talent-wise, I'm not going to say anything until I see this guy actually perform on the field against a quality defense like Ohio State. Conversely, I'd say the same thing. I got a lot of hope. I think that Julian Sayin has a lot of potential. But I'm not going to go out there and anoint this guy anything until I see him go out and prove it on the field. From a realistic standpoint, these are 2 very young, exceptionally talented young men who both have a chance, I think, to lead their teams to the college football playoff this year. They're both going to look a little icky in this game. I'm confident of that. But my take on this is this, though, Caden. If you look past, if we look past what they're saying about Arch Manning, because that's what they're wanting to do. They're wanting to anoint Arch Manning. They're wanting to make him a Heisman Trophy winner. They're wanting to anoint Texas as the next national champions because Arch Manning is the quarterback. let's remember, these teams both lost a lot. Ohio State has 46% of their production coming back from last year. Texas has about 43%. Very similar. I like Ohio State's home field advantage. I like our elite receivers, which are only going to make Julian Sand that much better. Historical success in big games coming off of this absolute terror of a run through the playoffs. Texas offense is in a rebuild. They've already had injuries to their offensive line. So for me, I really think Ohio State's got a good shot at this. I think Texas has a legitimate reason to be confident. Don't get me wrong. Ohio State's had major turnover on their staff. You lost both your coordinators. You both have inexperienced quarterbacks. I think Texas has a pretty good defense, especially up front. I think they got a very ferocious defensive front. They have the Arch Manning factor, and they do have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, those guys who were there last year. But these guys who are going to go out, who are out there saying, this is a Texas win already, you're idiots. You're jackasses. You don't know what you're talking about.
And Chris, let me just point this out. You just said the one word I'd normally say on this program, yet, the family-friendly policy, the JASS word.
Yeah. I'm a little hot under the collar tonight. Caden, so that's where I'm at.
Hey, you know what? You can at least believe like I do, Chris.
Here's the thing I believe. I believe we have a better head coach than Texas. And yes, that may sound hypocritical coming from me, a person who was ready to run Ryan Day out of town after Michigan. But you know what?
Chris, hold on, Chris. Hold on. You are not hypocritical by any means necessary. Whoever said you're hypocritical is a moron. They are an absolute moron. Let me just point this out. Ohio State defense is going to win that game early. And Archman is going to get pressured. He's going to get rushed more. He's going to throw picks. And Ohio State defense is going to do more of the talking. And then when, fourth quarter, Ohio State's offense is going to come on the field and just finish them off. That's how it's going to be played. And you know what, Chris? People say my predictions are a little arrogant and a little bit delusional. Well, you know what all the people say delusional? You. Because I'm going to say this. We're winning the Texas game by 3 touchdowns.
Ooh.
I am putting it down like the hammer, like a judge throws down the sentence. We are winning that game by 3 touchdowns. No questions asked.
I hope you are 100% right, kid. Hey, man, thanks for the call.
You know what, Chris?
What? Go ahead.
And you know what, Chris? Let me finish it off with this.
Okay.
So you know how I said Friday I had something planned big time?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the Friday stream will not be happening, but if you are able to, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be going live Sunday night with a very, very, very special guest on my YouTube channel, and I feel like you guys need to stick around because, I've got a very special guest. I'm not going to say who is going to be appearing on my Sunday night live stream. That's 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might go a little earlier, but he's going to be on my live stream 8:30 p.m. That's 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what, Chris? I feel like, you need to watch this interview or this stream Sunday night because what I've got planned and who's coming on the show or on my show Sunday night to get your mind blown off, dude. And I'm going to tell you what. You want to talk about mind blowing? Hey, Chris, you got your sunglasses on?
I do.
Well, you're going to need to take them off because when you see the live stream Sunday night, your eyes are going to be blown out from the front side of your head when you hear the interview of this one. And I trust me, Chris, that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. And I'm sorry I had to spoil it there for you, but you know what? It's just business. It ain't nothing personal. But I'll just say this. You don't know what really makes it personal for me? You hear all these scum fans on here talking all this nonsense like, oh, we're going to do this. Oh, they're going to do that. Oh, they're guilty. Oh, you guys are so guilty. It reeks. You know, Chris. Sometimes I'm like, I need a septic tank truck for how much they put out because I'm gonna just pump all that out and then throw it into the lake of fire, or dump it all out in the lake of fire because it's so annoying. Them morons don't even know what the hell, what even they're talking about.
All right,
Like
man.
I swear to God, Chris, I swear to God, Penn State fans, Stone fans, and even you Notre Dame fans. Oh my God, they
Okay.
are so freaking annoying,
Caden,
Chris.
breathe,
So
breathe,
please keep your
breathe, my
eyes
man.
out.
Breathe, my man. Hey, I gotta let you go. I got a full bank of calls, brother. I'm trying to keep everybody at 10 minutes. We're already a little bit over that, buddy. So hey, you have a great night. We'll talk to you hopefully on Monday night. I'd love to be there Sunday night, but we do have our own show going at the same time. We start recording live at 8, so I'm running live at 8. But I will definitely go on and check out the replay of that. All right, man. Hey,
Because Sunday night is a big announcement. So
all
you're
right,
going to
man.
have to stay tuned for that. And as always, love you guys. OHIO, go Bucks, and Scum fans, you. Notre Dame fans, you. And here's the middle fingers for the Notre Dame fans.
All right, man. That was Caden, and Caden was on a roll tonight. We now are going to go, guys. We got 931 coming up on deck. In the hole, we got 740, and then I see 859 and 910 a little bit down the charts here, guys. Try to hang with us as much as possible. We're going to try to keep these calls at right around 10 minutes each tonight. And caller, you are live. What's happening, man?
Oh man, we're how many days away now?
We are
Are we,
only
are we down
16 days from kickoff. We are less than 4 hours from seeing if the smack gets laid down on those people up north. Man, it is a beautiful day to be a Buckeye. I am excited. I feel very blessed that I got to switch with Eric and take this show tonight because, man, I'm excited. I really expected to hear some Michigan folks in here talking their trash tonight. I really did, and it's a long show. We may still hear that, but I'm excited, man. What's on your mind?
brother? I am so I have to agree with Caden on something, and I think we're gonna smack the taste right out of Bevo's mouth. That's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to smack the taste out of Bevo's mouth, and I'm going to bring this up on here again.
Okay.
That the Cotton Bowl, right? That game should have ended 42-14. We missed 2 touchdown I'm telling you, it's going to be different this time. It's going to be different this time.
What's in our house, for one thing?
It might even be more than 21 because I mean we manhandled them that entire game. You know,
Yeah.
Carnell Tate dropped one and hit him right in the number. Jay slipped coming out of his break for what would have been a touchdown catch, and that game should have been 42-14. And I kind of see this one going the same way. And the only thing is, we're more dangerous this year than we were last year. With adding Max Clare, the offensive line is going to start out right out of the rip. That offensive line, I'm telling you, I think it's the best line in the country. And I don't know if you caught the Big Ten, the Big Ten media guys, and had Jake Butt on there, and they were all talking about that. Was like a week or so ago that happened, and they were all talking about this team and talking about every one of those positions. And I'm not worried about the coordinators being replaced. You know, anybody that's worried about that, I don't know what you're worried about. You know, there's no way we don't go 10 and at minimum 10-2. At minimum 10-2. Look, we went 10-2 with Honda McCord.
All right.
We went 10-2 with Honda McCord and a running back field that was mediocre. All right. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about making the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs. I don't even care if we make a Big Ten. Honestly, I'd rather play the home. I'd rather play that home playoff game than go to the Big Ten championship game. Seriously.
Now see, and I get that, but for me, I feel like Ryan Day needs that Big Ten title. Yeah, I know he just won a national title, and he should be given grace for that. It has been too long since Ohio State has played for the Big Ten title. I feel like he needs that. I feel like he needs a win versus that team up north. I feel like he needs a win in the Big Ten title game. And then I think he needs to finish top 5 in the country. Even if we don't win the national title, he needs to finish top 5 in the country this year. That's what he needs for this to truly be a successful season.
I agree. Yeah, you need top. I think I agree. You have to finish. I think you have to finish inside the top 5. I think you have to make it to the semifinals at bare minimum, and finish in that top 4. A Big Ten title would be nice, especially if you're not going to win, and if we don't win another natty, which I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Maybe I'm a little bit more bullish.
I think they have the potential to win another natty. That being said, no team since Minnesota in the 1950s has repeated from the Big Ten.
Yeah.
So there's a challenge
and
there.
Ohio State has never done it. But you know what Josh Pate says? You haven't done you can't do it until you do it. So
that's right. Ryan Day had a terrible record against the top 5 teams in the country until he didn't.
Exactly. Until he didn't. And I can't wait. I think this season is going to be spectacular. I think some people will be caught off guard. I think everybody needs to be paying attention. It's like, hey, we're not ranked in any poll less than what, number 3?
Yeah. And I got to tell you, I appreciate you and I appreciate Caden coming on with, let's lead with the Buckeyes. Let's lead with the Buckeyes, because let me tell you, I think a lot of people are caught up on the idea that it is All Sanctions Eve tonight. And I do want to address that with you briefly. Adam Dowling, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Is it really just a fine and a slap on the wrist, or is the hammer coming? What's your thoughts?
I think the hammer's coming.
I would agree.
And they're going to appeal it. And then they'll lose their appeal. And then because they're scum, they're going to take it to court. They're going to lose that because you know what? They'll go. Look, they agreed to abide by the rules of the NCAA, and they decided to break the number 1 rule, bro. Unless you get a court in Michigan with a Michigan judge, I don't see you beating that in court, right? Hey, you said that you would abide by the NCAA rules, and you didn't, and you went way beyond that, and they deserve everything that's coming their way. You and I talked many times about this before. We both I feel like they're going to get 5 years. I put why I feel that, like I said, it's just my feeling. I'm just kind of listening to some of the stuff that some of these smart people have said, like Intrinsic and Spiro and guys that really know this stuff. And just look, like we talked about, look at some of these coaches that have just gotten hammered. You and I were talking a couple of weeks ago about the Memphis, the softball coach got a 10-year show cause for having two of their players tutor a basketball player, and you got a 10-year show clause for that. I tell you what, if Michigan does end up getting out of this, that's gotten the recent hammer from
they need to take the NCAA to court. Anybody who has any punishment from the NCAA within the last 3 years, if Michigan walks away with a slap on the wrist, needs to sue the NCAA before the end of the business day tomorrow. Absolutely. I'm 100% with you, David.
Yep.
Because Michigan perpetrated the worst offense in all of football. They cheated the game.
Absolutely did.
They cheated the game.
Absolutely.
And if they were to walk away with nothing, I would 100% support every university from Fordham to Findlay to Florida Atlantic to Tennessee, anyone who has gotten any, Florida State, anybody who has gotten any sanctions recently should 100% sue the NCAA if this is anything less than a total smackdown.
Yeah, I agree. You gotta, they gotta get the absolute max, and like I've also said, and I still believe in this 100% as well, is that, like I said, hey, once before this punishment will be done, right? They got some other stuff coming down the road.
Oh yeah,
right, and that's going to be a slam dunk for the NCAA, right? Because both of those investigations are being done by the FBI. Let's not forget that they actually committed real crimes to cheat. They committed real crimes, computer crimes. And from what it sounds like to me, it sounds like there was some gambling going on as well, which is very interesting that this stuff about the Mateer has come out here in the last couple of days, which, look, I care less who's betting on a game. If you're shaving points, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? You're, betting on your team to lose and you lose. That's a problem. I don't know how you fix the gambling thing. You're not.
There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix there. You can't. Yeah, that's it. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. And then Tyler, I understand where you're coming from with this, but to me, that is a moot point. And I'm going to stand on this. Yes, Ohio State should sue the NCAA if nothing happens. To get the 2010 wins back. I'm an outspoken opponent of this because I believe that what happened in 2010 was actually dealt with correctly. Now, does the NCAA have the balls to go out and deal with this correctly? We're going to know in less than 24 hours.
Yeah. You guys need to do an emergency podcast. You need to do a podcast tomorrow night for the Hammer.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Eric, see if we're gonna do something tomorrow night. I don't know for sure. This much I do know: if anything breaks during the day, I have been told that Sean and TG will be going live on the Buckeye Lounge to discuss what's going on. If anything should drop during the day, because Sean is off work tomorrow, so. Keep an eye out there. If you see a notice drop that the Buckeye Lounge is live, you'll know why.
Okay. Yeah, they say it's supposed to drop I just heard it was between 9 and 10 in the morning, and then Scum's response is supposed to be about noon or 1 o'clock.
Yeah, noon to 1 o'clock is when they're supposed to actually have the public response, from what my understanding is as well. Here's the thing. If you hear nothing between 9 and noon, you know that the hammer fell. Because Michigan's not going to be out there bragging about it. If it's a nothing burger like they contend, they will leak that thing out 5 minutes after the NCAA walks out of their office. It'll be on every podcast, every newspaper cover, everywhere, within 5 minutes of the NCAA leaving their office. Because that's just one more way that scum can disrespect the NCAA and stick up their middle finger at them.
Yeah, not only that. You know what? I just want all their media platforms to shut their mouth. But you know what? We all know what they're going to do. They're all going to start crying, say there's overreach, and we know what they're going to do. They've already shown their hand. You know, we call them scum for a reason. That's what they are. You know, they think that they can do anything that they want, and there should not be any repercussions for whatever that they do, because they're scum. It is the most insane institution and fan base. I mean, they're not
They're delusional. They're delusional. That's all it is.
I get to know Michigan fans and have conversations with, have some of the best conversations with them about football.
Yeah. Hey, David,
and they've lost their flipping minds.
Yeah. Well, I hate to do this. We got to wrap this one up. As much as I love chatting with you, we're hitting almost 14 minutes now, and I'm trying to keep them 10 because we still have a full bank of lines going, man. Hey, I will talk
Keep
to
it
you.
rolling, brother.
Yep, I will talk to you next week. OH.
I-O.
Go Bucks.
Scum.
Sorry about that, my brother. Hey, 740, you're getting ready to come up. 859, you are going to be on deck. 910 in the hole. And then 419, we have you in the fourth spot.
Hey, Grumpy Cat.
Hey, Mika, what's up?
Nothing much. I think we're going to destroy Arch Manning and the Longhorns, and we're going to have Bevo steaks all day on the 30th.
I sure hope so. I'm feeling really good about it. I do. I think that everybody is underestimating Ohio State, disrespecting Ohio State. I feel like everybody is trying to anoint Arch Manning as the great one, that they're trying to anoint Texas as national champions without seeing them do anything on the field.
Exactly, and it's all because of his last name, and that's nothing against the young man. I think he's extremely talented, but he hasn't proven anything yet, so I need to see it, just like I need to see it from Sam.
Absolutely.
Or
exactly.
Lincoln and whoever wins our quarterback competition.
Yeah. Mika, hold your thought for just a second. Friends in the chat, can we please play nicely? That's all I'm asking. Let's play nice in the chat. All right. Go ahead, Mika.
And as for the Michigan stuff, I think it's insane. If they get off with a slap on the wrist, think about what that's going to open up.
It's going to open up the gates, and I'm trying to remember who it was, whether it was Aaron or Andre. I know one of them threw something out there earlier. It might have even been Tyler. I can't remember. But they had mentioned earlier in the chat, and I don't see it now. Basically, what happens is you've opened the floodgates to every team in the NCAA to cheat at that point.
Exactly.
You've also opened yourself up for monster lawsuits.
There are no rules. We might as well just do everything. You're basically saying all that matters is that you win, is all you're saying. And that, I'm sorry, that's wrong. It shouldn't be that way. There has to be punishments for doing something wrong. And they've actually hurt people.
Here's the thing, and I'm having a hard time with people who are saying it's going to be a slap on the wrist. And this is why. If you look at the NCAA's recent history with sanctions, you talk about Fordham, you talk about Florida Gulf Coast, Tennessee, and granted, not all these were football programs, but I mean, a lot of the recent sanctions have been vacated wins. They have been massive show causes, huge fines, big hits to scholarships, and for a lot less. For a whole lot less.
Exactly.
So I don't
Exactly.
I don't know
do
where these people are sitting. And I know that our buddy Spiro, who's been on with of course been on with us here on the channel, has stated that he had a Michigan insider tell him the penalties. Here's the thing, that's a Michigan insider. It's not a reliable source because Michigan press, Michigan people, they lie, they cheat, they steal. That's what they do. That's all they do.
Exactly.
You can't believe them.
It's just they have to do something. There has to be severe punishments. Otherwise, every program might as well just do whatever they want.
Absolutely. And again, I said it earlier with David. If I am a program that's been punished by the NCAA within the last 3 to 5 years, and Michigan gets off scot-free, I am taking the NCAA to court and suing for everything, including monetary damages, for letting them off the hook. I am suing them for everything that the NCAA cost me if I am one of these schools that's been sanctioned, because they are not, if they do not sanction the team that committed the worst atrocity in all of sports history.
Absolutely. And how stupid are they going to look when they don't do anything to them, but then it turns around and the FBI does something to them for doing half the crap they've been doing? It's going to make the NCAA look toothless. People are going to laugh.
Yeah, and the NCAA, the last thing they want to come off as is toothless right now. If they're hoping to be the enforcement arm of this new college football as we're moving forward, they have to make a stand right here.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, there's nothing. I've got no words right now. I'm very optimistic that the NCAA is going to do the right thing. I'm very optimistic that Ohio State's going to go out in 16 days and beat the ever living hell out of Texas. I'm very optimistic.
I'm confident.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic that this team is going to make another college football playoff run. I'm very optimistic that we're going to break off our foot in Scum's backside in Ann Arbor this year. And I'm very optimistic it's going to take this team back to Indianapolis where they belong to play for the Big Ten title.
We building a dynasty unlike any ever seen before. It's happening. People, keep their eyes out. It's going to happen.
I am 100% in sync with you, Mika. You know, my faith in Ryan Day was tested last year. I was shaken. But what he and his team did in the playoff proved me wrong. And I have never been so glad to be proved wrong before. And I think just this new era under Ryan Day this season. This is a new coach with a new attitude, with a new confidence. This is not the same Ryan Day we've seen before. This is a new Ryan Day. This is a new Ohio State Buckeyes.
I love the attitude. We're hungry, and I think we're ready, and it's going to get done.
Absolutely. Anything else on your mind tonight, Mika?
No, just wanted to say hi.
Hey, appreciate the call.
Calm down and go Bucks and Scum sucks.
Absolutely. You have a great night, OH.
You too. I love you, Copycat.
All right. We appreciate you. We love you. You have a great night, Mika.
Night.
That was the marvelous Mika. If you guys didn't check out the video with her and Buck Vader, man, you got to go back and check that out. these videos that Buck Vader's been dropping, the Force Report, awesome information on those. Um, I'm telling you guys, the OHIO Podcast Network, we are booming. We are something different right now, and I am absolutely loving this. The growth is great, so make sure you go in, like, subscribe, share. Don't forget, we always appreciate the super chats. And hey, if you really love what we're doing, it's only $3.99 a month to subscribe to the channel. All right, we got 859 coming up. Then we're going to the 910, the 419, and finally, number 4 in the calling queue right now is going to be Ray. So, guys, let's remember try to stay to around 10 minutes per call if at all possible. All right, caller, who we got on the line?
Hey Wildman, it's Vader. How are you doing tonight?
Oh man, Vader, I'm pumped. I am pumped. It is the All Sanctions Eve edition of the show tonight. I don't care what Michigan fans think. I don't care what other podcasters think. I damn sure don't care what the Michigan media thinks. The fact is, I cannot see the NCAA just give them a slap on the wrist, given what they've done. We're 16 days out from Ohio State kicking Texas's butt all over Columbus. It's a great day to be a Buckeye, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. I can't talk long, but I got a couple things to talk about.
All right. Lay 'em on me.
First, I have a huge announcement. Buckeye Lounge Legends Week continues. I've been talking with the legendary Cornelius Green, and today the Buckeye Lounge interviewed him, so that will be dropping very soon. I encourage everyone to watch it. I've spent several hours talking to him. He has so many amazing stories. Things I never knew, and I'm sure most people never knew. So check it out.
Yeah, the Buckeye Lounge is on fire right now. Vader, Sean, TG, they're putting together something very special. Of course, Sean and TG do the on air personality work. Vader does a lot of the behind the scenes work and produces a show. Just a tremendous trio over there. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
Finally, I am getting very concerned and frustrated with the NCAA and the ton cheating scandal. This has gone on way too long. A big part of deterrence is bringing justice in a timely manner. We need a new governing body over college football. When you take this long to bring justice, the guilty no longer care and the victims just move on and feel victimized again. Wildman, am I concerned and frustrated for no reason? What is your opinion on this?
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's time to do away with the NCAA as the governing body of college football. It's time to get a college football commissioner in place, someone who can act decisively and quickly without being in a committee. That needs to happen sooner rather than later. I'm not going to say your concerns are unwarranted. I have a hard time reconciling the idea that after what they've given all these other schools for much lesser penalties, that they would not absolutely obliterate the scum sucking pieces of crap from that state up north. That program deserves to burn in hell for all eternity. And any player that goes to that program deserves to suffer in obscurity for signing play for such a big band of cheating losers. That's just where I'm at on it. I think the NCAA is not just going to give them a slap in the wrist that the Michigan media is repeating on. Like I said, Michigan media, liars, cheats, just like their team, not too concerned about it. Anything
If
else?
there is a weak punishment, then the NCAA has lost all credibility and has no purpose. Ohio State needs to stop being the good guy so much. I'm not saying break the rules, but push the envelope as much as possible. Scout as much as possible. Use nil as much as possible. 2-game suspension and 14 million fine is a joke. I would pay that every year to know the other team's plays in a heartbeat.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. And it's Mika mentioned it, David mentioned it. It's a wild, wild west if this thing doesn't come down with a severe penalty. It has absolutely become the wild, wild west. The NCAA will have lost all credibility. They will have lost the ability to sanction anyone for anything at any time ever. So they need to decide.
Thanks for having me on again, Wildman.
Absolutely.
Also amazing writing on the magazine.
Thank
Everyone,
you so
please
much.
watch the Buckeye Lounge and my Buck Vader videos. A special thanks to Mecca. Everyone get a membership or do a super chat. If you are able. OH.
IO. Go Bucks. That was our very good friend Buckeye Vader, producer from the Buckeye Lounge. Very good friend of the program. Caden, thank you for the $2 super chat, brother. Yeah, we all salute Vader. He does a wonderful job over there. And as a call-in guest over here, does a wonderful job promoting our channel. Great ambassador for this show, for the Buckeye Lounge, for everybody on the channel. Just absolutely wonderful. Andre, they couldn't handle me as commissioner. No way. I would be putting teams out. You know, and you're right, Mark. Most teams are going to be gunning for Michigan if they don't get something serious out of this. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, good for them. All right. 910, we got you coming up in the chat. 419 to follow. 260 is in the queue after that. Guys, we have two lines open right now. 567 483 1999. Who do we got on the line here with us tonight?
Chris, it's me.
I knew it was. I have a message for you, Tyler. And it's actually from the guy who just jumped in the queue. I was told to let you know we're not talking about the Michigan scandal tonight. We're going to be talking about special teams. What's your thoughts?
Are you serious?
No.
I know you were being serious. I'm like, but here's what I don't understand, Chris.
Yeah.
And so, what doesn't make sense to me is how is everyone now saying that how everyone is now hesitant of and backing off, like from their convictions months ago.
Well,
when it comes to the hammer.
Can I tell you this? I will not back off on my beliefs. I know what they deserve. I know what they deserve. I have my convictions. I'm not selling my soul to the devil. Not like a lot of these people are doing. The reason so many of them are backing off right now, Tyler, is they're afraid. They're afraid their takes might have been wrong. They're trying to hedge their bets so they don't look like complete morons. You know what? Even if my prediction of what they get is wrong, it does not mean I was wrong in what they deserve. I know what these scum-sucking pigs deserve. They deserve to rot. Their program deserves to be put on the shelf permanently.
Yep.
The entire coaching staff that was there deserves lifetime bans from college football. The players that were there who knew what was going on, and don't tell me they didn't. Don't tell me they didn't. The players that were there deserve lifetime bans to never be able to come back and coach in the NCAA. Now, it's not going to happen. It should happen, but it won't. But they definitely deserve 3 years postseason ban. They definitely deserve everything from 2021 through 2023, right up to that playoff and that bogus championship written off. It deserves to go. They deserve serious sanctions in recruiting. And Sharon Moore shouldn't be seen on a sideline for at least a year, if not 2.
And here, you know what I thought of when I first heard this, Chris? what came to my mind because I'm a very I have a I have I had this visualization that if the people that are don't have the conviction that they are getting punished tomorrow, I had this visualization that they are that person. They're at their wedding right now. That you already are committed to this wedding. You've been there. You're about to, and your bride is coming down the aisle, and then you're like, I don't want to get married to you, and then you leave.
Yeah.
You're not worth it. I'm like, why are you going through the wedding at that point then? Why are you there?
Yeah. This
Does
is,
that make sense, Chris?
it does. The fact is, if they don't play this right, it's an embarrassment to not only the scum, to not only the people they robbed of victories, to not only the game of college football and the rivalry. It is a major embarrassment to the NCAA, who should just fold tomorrow if they do not follow through on sanctioning these guys into the Stone Age.
And then here's the other argument I don't understand, Chris, is how because I got an argument with another Buckeye fan this morning on this. He was saying how Michigan will not get punished because the TV deals of Fox and Michigan's one of the biggest cash cows in the Big Ten. That's why they won't get punished because Fox will lose money. Well, that's funny because that same logic was what Michigan was saying with the college football playoffs, and the college football playoff moved on without them, no problem. So why are people now thinking Michigan didn't get away scot-free? Makes no logical sense to me at all. Especially at this point, right now, when we're less than 24 hours away, it makes no logical sense to me at all, Chris.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and you're right. If they get away with nothing, it is crooked politics on the part of Fox and the other TV partners. Make no mistake. It is Fox and the TV. It has nothing to do with Michigan being innocent, because they're innocent of nothing and guilty of absolutely everything. But the fact is, if they don't get anything out of this, it is 100% because of the evil that is Fox Television and its affiliates in this contract.
Exactly. And the biggest cash cow in the Big Ten is Ohio State. If college football lived on without, if the shoe was on the other foot, Chris, and we were in this situation, college football would move on without us too.
We wouldn't be in this situation, Tyler. We wouldn't be in this situation.
Exactly.
Our people would have dealt with it just like they did with Tattoo-Gate. When they found out about it, they took the appropriate self-sanctions.
So why does Michigan think that they are exempt of all this? Because they think that
they're nothing. That's the thing. They're nothing. They're not a blue blood anymore. They're not a cash cow for the NCAA. Yeah, they have decent viewership, but the NCAA could live without them. 100%. You know why it's Ohio State and not Michigan on all the big noon games? Because Ohio State draws the money.
Yeah, exactly. So then if Michigan was never relevant, Chris, we would never hear anything from this. But you know what? Since they're a blue blood, quote unquote,
They're not a blue blood. Don't even get me going down that road again,
I know,
Tyler.
I know. I'm just saying that for in the logic of the big TV deals, i.e., Fox. They think that since they're Michigan, they don't. We can't lose our biggest game of the year, which is Michigan Ohio State, because they know if Michigan is never relevant, they'll never get a profit.
The thing is, I really don't know that they're that profitable to begin with. You could fill in any team, and you could dump Michigan and bring Notre Dame in here, and they would do twice as well. You could dump Michigan and bring, several teams in here and do twice as well. Michigan is nothing. They have been nothing legitimately since 1948. They are the equivalent of Harvard and Princeton at this point. Just completely irrelevant to the game of football since the invention of the face mask. They're a joke, a mockery, and letting them even compete in the NCAA is a joke. It's an embarrassment.
Exactly. So the logic that Michigan fans have and the people that are making this argument is honestly fruitless, in my opinion, Chris, because what has Michigan shown in our lifetime that they think that they are actually worthy of that status?
They've shown
Nothing.
they know how to cheat. That's what they've shown in our
Exactly.
lifetime. Now I may go back a little farther than you. They had a run in the 80s versus Ohio State. They had a run in the Cooper years against Ohio State, late 80s, early 90s. I can't take that away from them. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, they had half a national championship in 97. That's their only legit championship since 1948. They are a joke and an embarrassment.
And I'll say this, and I'm going to go on the Texas game because I have an idea for Eric.
Yeah, we're going to have to go quick because we're already about that 10-minute mark.
I know. This will be really quick, Eric. No, Chris, this will be real quick. So all I'm going to say is we're going to beat Texas, and then all the SEC fans are going, oh, well, Texas is not back. And then, because, they're one of those teams that say Texas is back. They're one of those teams. And then, Eric, you need to make a new Texas theme song for going into that game.
What kind? Yeah, I'm sure he will. And guys, I'm not as good as Eric. I don't have the music down yet. But we all know that I work for the schools. So I did what I knew how to do. I wrote a special little poem about Michigan that I'm going to reveal later tonight.
I can't wait to hear it, Chris. So, and that's all I got to say. I'll be in the chat moderating because I know there are going to be a bunch of Michigan fans in there, Chris.
I hope so. I just wish somebody IO go Bucks. Yeah, Tyler. I hope we have a need for you to moderate tonight. I hope that we get some Michigan fans other than Burks who actually have a set of stones and want to call in. Because I'll tell you right now, this crap they're hearing from their Michigan insider that nothing's happening, I don't buy it. All right, 419, we're coming over to you. Then we got Ray, followed by the Shrock Star, and a 630 number follows that one. 4 lines going. I'm about to pull one off, so we're going to have 2 lines open after this. 567-483-1990 is the number. 419, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Wildman? It's Grandpa Buck here.
Grandpa Buck, what's happening, my man?
Not much, just chilling. Yeah, just kind of not to beat a dead horse here tonight, but I think I was a little bit in shock this week of how things flipped so quick. And I really think the hypocrisy with everything is, with Tattoo Gate and whatnot. I mean, you couldn't go 5 minutes without watching ESPN and somebody having some kind of crazy story about, I mean, look at Jim Russell's character. He was such a good person, such a great man. He made a mistake, and we paid for that. We lost the chance to play in the title that year. So I don't know. This whole thing is just crazy to me, but I guess whatever happens in the end, most importantly, I just want to see us. I'm so tired, like everybody else, of hearing these fans chirping and Michigan fans chirping. And I just cannot wait to play them this year and settle it on the field, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I think it happens this year. I think Ryan Day gets the ship righted this year.
Yeah, me too, brother.
And I think we return to the Big Ten title game this year, which is where we belong. The fact that the cheat again loserines have occupied the the Big Ten game 3 times in the last 4 years is sickening. They're a disgrace to this league and had no business in those title games. Oregon and Penn State, I got no problem with that. They earned it last year. They did. They earned it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, it's been a long 4 years of listening to people. I got a few Michigan fans at work. Actually, my boss is a diehard Michigan fan, and I don't know if I can take another year. So I'm just so ready to settle it on the field. I do think it's going to be a crazy game this year. I hope there's not anything, let's look at the fight after the game last year. I don't know, that stuff all kind of started with them planting flags, and I mean that's stuff that not to be
they're low class.
arrogant,
They're low class. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean it's just kind of petty. I mean, who's the guy, Derek Moore, that
Derek Moore's a
talking
punk.
about you didn't.
He's a loudmouth punk.
He's
done nothing.
Yeah, I know it's pretty pathetic, but yeah, I guess I'm still very blessed to be an Ohio State fan, and I'm still so proud of our culture, the way that we're handling things, and it's not that we're perfect or anything, but we run a pretty clean program, and
Absolutely.
going back to the whole tattoo game again, I mean, just look how we were crucified over that. Like I said, you'd watch even a local or any news program, and it was all Ohio State. Oh, they're so terrible up there at Ohio State, and it's just ridiculous, man. And some of these, other media outlets have not even covered this at all. So it's been, that's the hypocrisy is what drives me nuts.
Can I tell you why that is? Honestly,
yeah.
that is the influence of the TV deals.
Yeah,
that's exactly
definitely
what this is. That is what has influenced the lack of coverage, the lack of outrage. If those scum sucking dogs get off, that's exactly what will have influenced that, is the evil of TV money.
Yep, I totally agree. It's just, when you think about and I'm still cautiously optimistic that they're
I am as well.
Get a 1-year bowl ban.
I think they get a couple. Like I really do.
It's just, if they don't, it's a real sign of the time that not to just piggyback off of what everybody else is saying here tonight, but be amicable. But yeah, it's just the NCAA. If they don't handle this, then it's the lawlessness that happens after this. I mean, they have absolutely no credibility, and something's got to be done. But I'm so proud that we're doing everything the right way here.
And I can't remember whether it was Dave or Tyler that said this. Or maybe I think it was actually Vader. Now I think about it, I'm not saying we cheat, but by God, we push every envelope from this moment forward. Because the NCAA has lost every right. If they do not come down like a ton of bricks, they have lost every right to judge any program in college football moving forward. And if I am a program like Florida Gulf Coast, if I'm a program such as Florida State, Tennessee, Fordham, like Oklahoma State, any program that's received any sanction from the NCAA in the last 5 years, I would be in court tomorrow filing a lawsuit 5 minutes after this information comes out if they let these guys off. And if the NCAA would have come tumbling down, it wouldn't break my heart one bit.
Me neither at this point. But yeah, I mean, when you think about, like, people are saying $14 million, you think about it, for somebody that's, has billions of dollars, that's like somebody making $100,000 a year, which is a great salary, having to pay like a speeding ticket. It's basically nothing. I mean, or take 2 days off work,
Can I be honest with you?
Be like
to me, anything less than $100 million fine is letting them off the hook.
Yeah, and I mean, moving forward with the whole Matt Weiss thing and all the other things that they have to, I mean, they have some serious stuff going on. But I mean, we've all seen the Netflix documentary. We all know that Connor Stallions is on the sidelines looking like Groucho Marx over there. I mean, it's just, just watching his body language and watching the, Harbaugh shouldn't lie, shouldn't cheat, shouldn't steal. I mean, it's just so. The heat in this rivalry now has just got to a point where I'm actually a little bit concerned about, fans that go up to the game this year. I really think there's going to be, I hope it doesn't happen that way, but, it's pretty concerning because, gosh, I had friends that went to the game last year and, almost literally got in fights, very, very peaceful, good people. I think Eric even said he almost got in a fight with somebody. So
when Eric tells you he's ready to throw down, you know what asses those people are being. But you know what? Fortunately, if you're an OHIO podcast fan, you do not have to worry about that because we're going to be at Baker's Pizza doing a great watch party.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the day of Ohio State versus
just,
Scum.
Absolutely. Well, I just wanted to call and give you guys a shout out.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate what you guys do and stuff. So, yep.
All
Thanks
right.
a lot, and go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
OH.
All right, guys, be ready for some fire. I've been fired up all night. I have a feeling I'm going to be more fired up after this next call, which makes the third man in line. You better be a little leery. We've got the living legend Ray coming up, followed by the Shrock Star, and then one of the two Scum fans walking the face of the earth who I can actually tolerate. Burks is third up in the lineup, guys. We're going to have 3 lines open after I pick up Ray here. 567-483-1999 is the number. Okay, Ray, let's dive into this. Let's dive into it.
They're going to announce tomorrow. Let's hope to God we're happy tomorrow in 24 hours.
We better be. We better be, because if not, I think the gloves are off.
Is that going to come out about 9 or 10 in the morning? They're going to wait till late in the day to give it to us.
Okay, here's the timeline. The NCAA is said to be delivering the sanctions to the University of Michigan between 9 and 10 a.m. A public announcement is set for between noon and 1.
Oh, noon and 1, okay. So we probably ain't going to know till noon or 1, or
if it's a big nothing burger, the pieces of trash at Michigan will leak it out.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it, because that's the kind of low-class pieces of crap they are.
I want to know, they've had 4 years to deal with this, 2 years for sure. I want to know the findings on this thing. I don't want them to come out tomorrow, because I'm getting a lot of bad feedback tonight from Monty. They're saying they're not going to get any, they're not going to waive any victories from them, and they're not going to take away, they're not going to give them a bowl ban. You guys got a 1-year ban for hardly doing anything. If they don't at least get 2 years and they don't take away that national title, I don't think they did a good job at all on this thing.
Here's the thing, Ray, and I've been over it several times. The NCAA has been coming down so hard on all these other programs.
Yep.
That if they don't come down hard on Michigan, the NCAA is going to end up right in court. I guarantee it, and they should.
Yeah, they look gutless.
And the NCAA loses all credibility. They would lose all credibility at that point, and the floodgates
They
open. The
stretched
Wild
this whole
West is
thing
open.
out the whole 90 days. Are you going to try to tell me, Marty and them are saying they're going to give Harbaugh 6 more years, maybe Sean Moore some time? You're going to try to tell me the president of the university and the athletic director it's stonewalled this whole thing for the last 2 or 3 years, and they're not going to give them serious sanctions?
And honestly, if I was the teams of the Big Ten and Alabama, who got cheated by them not once, but well, at least once, I should say, they did get cheated by them once. If I am a team that Michigan cheated against, I would not accept anything less than a severe penalty. I would come together and file a class action lawsuit against the NCAA and against the University of Michigan seeking damages.
Yep. I agree. I tell you, I just hope
Because
they do the
it
right
seems
thing.
that's
This
the only
world
thing the
is so
NCAA
wicked.
knows.
Chris, this world is so wicked.
It is.
I'm worried about it because I really am, because they do a lot of wicked things in this world. I don't know if they'll do the right thing here. They need to judge these guys for what they did. You're going to try to tell me like that scandal. You guys were they were 0-5 against you. Michigan State had a winning record against them. That's why they were up there. And Michigan State got beat 51-0 that year at Michigan State. You're going to try to tell me they didn't know those plays and annihilate a team like that?
Yeah. And no, Buckeye pay, I don't believe it's going to be a slap on the wrist. Bobby Mack, you're right, these guys are repeat offenders. If it is a slap on the wrist, it's simply because TV money stepped in and bought them their freedom, which just means the NCAA's honesty and loyalty is for sale. And at that point, the whole college football model is gone, and you might as well just plan on the Wild Wild West. And like I said,
Ohio State ought to pull out of the Big Ten. If they don't come down with these sanctions hard,
I would be
100%
with that. I would be 100% with that.
Go to the Southeastern Conference, we'll beat them up.
Or the honestly, the Big Ten ought to come together and kick Michigan out. That's what should actually happen.
Yeah, that's what I say. How many of these teams they annihilated, and you know damn well they weren't that much better than they were. How many coaches lost their jobs over all this crap? I'll tell you, I don't know if the NC is taking this seriously, because they took, tomorrow will be 66 out of 90 days. They waited almost to the very end of this thing, and they're putting it out on a Friday. That kind of worries me, because Friday, then people can cool down over the weekend.
Well, that's the thing. They do things, and I was in management for years, and one of the tricks we used to do was we'd always fire somebody on a Friday.
Yeah.
Just for that reason. People get a chance to cool out over the weekend.
Right.
Not only that, but you have less chance of an incident happening, the day after. Because nobody's
you know
at
what?
work.
I worked in the shop 30 years. They used to cut shifts and lines off, and they'd always do it on a Friday.
Yeah, if you're going to do something bad, you do it on a Friday usually.
Yeah.
The only question here is, who is it bad for?
Let's hope they do the right thing in this deal. What's Eric think about this now?
I don't know. Eric's going to be coming on with me here a little bit later, is my understanding. But
are we gonna, good or bad? Are you guys gonna have a show on tomorrow
my take is we'll have to discuss it. Yeah. One way or the other, I think we have to get on and discuss it at some point tomorrow.
Yeah.
But to me, I do still think the penalties are going to be much more severe than what everybody's talking about.
Well, I hope so.
I have got faith.
They're not. I'm going to be disgusted. I've waited almost 4 years for this crap, and if they come with nothing, and they let this string out all the way to the very end, all these hearings and everything, and they were totally against everything that the NCAA was trying to do. You're going to try to tell me just because they're going to file a lawsuit? How can they file a lawsuit? I thought that they're in the conference. They've got to accept these penalties, whatever they are.
They can only file a lawsuit if somebody's violated the bylaws, which no one has done here.
Right.
But what they
But they're
can do,
talking
Ray,
about.
they
Monty
can
was talking
appeal.
about they're going to sue. They're going to sue if they get anything.
They can appeal. That's the only thing they can do. And that could drag this out, who knows, another 90 days to 100 days, who knows.
Oh, okay. You mean appeal? They have it over by 90 days or what?
I don't know. It could go longer. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
And that's what I'm going to...
Because they're saying even if they got a 2 or 3 year ban, that if they appeal this, they could still play in the playoffs if they're that good, which they ain't going to be that good, but in case they did.
Yeah, and this is the thing. All these people who say they're saying they know, they don't know.
No, I know.
They've got people
Nobody
telling
knows
them.
for sure.
They've got people telling them. Those people don't know. You know who knows?
No.
The members of the infractions committee. That's who knows.
That's it. That's it. And I'll tell you, they did a good job of not leaking any of this crap out to the public. That's for sure.
Yeah, we know what's right.
I thought for sure after 2 or 3, 4 years, some of this would have been leaked. Even Nevada don't seem kind of lost the last few weeks. What's going on?
Well, here's what I'm going to say on that is just this, Ray. I feel like the insiders are starting to backpedal because they don't know. The so-called insiders. So not necessarily Nevada, the people who are feeding them their information. And then, this all blew up. A lot of this blew up because Justin Spiro came on and said, listen, this is what I've heard from a Michigan insider. Now, people are taking this Michigan insider's face value. You can't believe a Michigan insider. And understand that Spiro reported it as just as that, a Michigan insider. He was being 100% honest with everybody that this is what he's hearing from this person. So
what are they going to do? What are they going to do with the president? They've got a new president, right? Assistant. They haven't hired a new president, have they? University.
I will be honest. I don't know if they've actually hired the new president yet or not. And if I was a administrator in college, I would not touch that post with a 10-foot pole.
Right. Well, what are they going to do with the athletic director?
Again, Ray, I don't know.
He's been the worst athletic director you could ever have.
I know what
fired. He should have been fired 2 or 3 years ago.
I know what should happen to these people. I do not know what will happen to these people, and I'm the first to admit that.
Yeah, I don't either. Hey, have a show tomorrow night. We need to vent our stuff or hopefully have some happy news.
We're either celebrating or venting. We're doing one or the other. Absolutely. I'll just have
God bless you.
Yep.
God bless you. Pray for the best. I'll pray for your family. You pray for mine. OH.
I-O. Go Bucks. That was the living legend, Ray. Next up is the Schrock Star. Then we got Burks on deck after that, guys. Lines are open, 567-483-1999. Come on. Tell us what you think of the scum-sucking pigs and what's going to happen to them. Or maybe you want to talk about something positive like Ohio State football. Bobby Mack, 100%. The only thing we can guarantee tomorrow, brother, is that we are going to be drinking. For better or worse, we're going to be drinking. Sean, what's happening, my man?
Wildman. Listen, I'm had a great day, then all of a sudden it's turned to crap, brother.
Why is that?
First of all, I want to tell everybody, got to give a big shout out to Vader. Buck Vader, thank you, my brother. He lined up this awesome interview with Corny Green. DG and I did it tonight. What a gentleman. What a true legend. What a great dude. Awesome interview, man. One of the best interviews I've ever been part of. Loved it.
Yeah, very excited to see
I
that
just got
interview.
but I just got some information, Chris.
Okay.
While I was on hold, my phone's been blowing up, and I was told that Mr. Nevada Buck has been done a 180 on his take.
A lot
Feels
of
like he's been feeding us all a bunch of crap for the last 2 years.
I'm not sold.
So
He may
I'm telling you, if this happens, if they get a slap on the wrist, he's lost all credibility. And for him to switch now, and if it's true and he's saying this crap, he's done. I mean, honestly, dude, either stick to your guns and stand up like a man, or just get the hell out. That's the way I see it.
Here's my thing. I don't know what's going to happen. I know what should happen. And I'm not afraid to share what should happen.
Yeah.
Because these guys are cheating, lying scum. They are the bottom of the earth. They are that crap you just scrape off your shoe when you're done fishing.
Yeah.
That's what these pieces of trash are.
Sorry, Chris, but don't sit there and feed somebody for 2 years. Don't build your platform on something and feed people all this information that you got all these sources and that this is the way it's going to be. Then turn around and coattail. Sorry.
Well, again,
spade a spade, man.
I can't speak on this because I have not heard anything, Sean. So I mean, again, I'm sure that, and you've got some inside people over there that I don't. So I don't know what's.
I'm just saying what I've been hearing. So I'm just saying if it's true, and I'm just saying if it comes out that it's just a slap on the wrist, they've lost all credibility over there.
So Bobby Mack says he listened tonight and sounded like his statements and said he doesn't know how they can't get the hammer. And that's my take on this whole thing. I don't know how they can't get a hammer. 100%, Bobby. 100%. If they don't, then this is like I said, the evil of TV money crawling in.
But I mean, they showed it this year. Did any ratings go down and they lose any money with Michigan not being in the playoffs?
To my take, no. No. To my understanding, no. Because, and our next caller is going to want to argue with me about this. The fact is, Michigan is not a blue blood. They are not a premier program. The only thing that's kept them relevant in the last 75 years is cheating and playing Ohio State. That's the only thing that's kept them relevant. They are, for all extensive purposes, the Princeton and Harvard of college football right now. They haven't done anything really special since the invention of the face mask. They should go ahead and just sign themselves off the same way that those two schools did. Relegate themselves down to NAIA or wherever they're playing now, if they even have programs. I don't know.
Dude, they had two years where they sniffed before they started cheating. They had the year that they were number 2 and we were number 1. We played in that game. Was it 2007?
That
97.
Then they had their cute little half a title there. Makes for a good bumper sticker. But we all know Nebraska would have kicked their ass if they played heads up.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying, what did Bo Schembechler do? Go look at Bo Schembechler's bowl record. Other than that, honestly, the last 5 coaches have losing records against Ohio State. I mean, you guys haven't sniffed a natty besides the half a natty in '97 until you started cheating. I mean, you didn't even compete for one. You didn't even get to the championship game in the '80s or the '70s. I mean, come on. You didn't even play in a championship game in the '90s. You played in the Rose Bowl against the a crappy Washington State team and you beat them. Whoop-de-doo.
So, Sean, I got an interesting question here posed to me by Mark Lewis, and I think this is a good question.
Okay.
I'm not excusing the 4 straight losses, but if Michigan plays us in 2020, the COVID year, do people really think that Michigan would be where they are right now? No, because
No,
had they
how about loses?
not only loses, but he gets embarrassed. I mean, he ducked out of that game for a reason. He was a gutless coward for a reason. He instituted a cheating scandal for a reason.
Because he was going, you know what? You know, all these people say, well, they didn't need to cheat. Well, you know what? Obviously, they didn't feel like they could beat Ohio State on the level. That's why they did it, because they didn't think their team was good enough. If you got to cheat against teams like Rutgers and all these other mid-level teams, and you got to go get their steal their signs and do all this crap, and you don't feel like your team's good enough to win on the level.
All right, so Buckeye Pay, we've got one here too for you, Sean. I'm kind of curious what you think about this. This was posed to me, but I want to get your take on this as well. If they don't get much of anything, does that mean we can now cheat? My take is no. I think we can push the envelope, but I do not believe in cashing in the morals of our program, because the brotherhood, the culture of our program is what got us to that national title last year. It's what'll get us back to a national title. Not doing things the easy way, buying your way in, not cheating your way in like Michigan did.
Don't take shortcuts.
Does it mean we get more active and maybe push the envelope when it comes to recruiting? I'm okay with that. To get the kids on campus, sure. Does it mean we go out there and we push the envelope in certain areas? Absolutely. But we do not cheat. We do not break the rules. It's like the old bend but don't break defense philosophy. You push as far as you can, but you don't let it snap. That's what happens for Ohio State, for Alabama, for Georgia, for Penn State, for USC, for Texas, for Oklahoma, for Clemson. That's what's going to happen for Miami. All these programs are now going to adopt that philosophy if the NCAA doesn't do the right thing.
No, you go up to the line, you don't cross it, though.
Well, and the thing is, not all these programs have the culture that Ohio State does.
No, they don't have self-reporting people. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, Gene Smith could have covered that tattoo gate up and nobody would have ever known.
But this, I'll say, he did the right thing.
Said about it.
He did the right thing.
He goes, my integrity is all I got at the end of the day. And that's just the way Ohio State is. That's why Ohio State's not going to cheat. They'll keep doing the things that they've always done. And if somebody in the program screws up, they'll go report it and they'll take their lumps. I mean, they're not Michigan. They're not going to freaking sell their souls to the devil to win. That's not what we do here, guys.
No, it's not. It is not. This is an honorable program. This is a historic program. This, my friends, is a blue blood program. This program is what college football is all about. Have they always been perfect? No, they haven't. But they run the program with honor, and they intercede on their own. They do their own self-reporting. They come forward when one of their people has made a mistake. We don't have to go through a 4-year investigation.
Yep. If someone does something heinous, they fire him. They don't keep him around and let him keep coaching until the season's over.
Don't let him keep coaching by stalking little girls on the internet or young ladies on the internet.
Yeah. Keep letting them call plays till you lose and get knocked out. We all know what happened if you'd have won that game. You'd have been coaching the next week. Don't try that crap.
Yeah, Absolutely
Harbaugh
right.
didn't know stuff doesn't float anywhere. You know,
You
I
don't
just
give
don't
a
know how
game
they
ball
can't
to a
get
guy you
failure
don't
to
know.
report. Exactly. No low-level staffer gets game balls. No other program does that. I mean, he didn't know him, but yet he gives him a game ball with his name on it? Come on. Give me a freaking break, people. I mean, I was born at night, but not last night, Chris.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean,
Harbaugh is
how
trash.
deep do they got
It comes down to that. Harbaugh is trash.
He's
He
a
was
POS, and we know it.
yeah.
Yep.
He
So is
deserves.
Ward Manuel.
They both deserve, along
So-
with every member of that coaching staff, lifetime bans from college football. Connor Stallions deserves it. Harbaugh deserves it. Ward Manuel deserves it. Sharon Moore deserves it. Jesse Minter deserves it. Klankskow deserves it. Matt Weiss deserves it. Every single member of that coaching staff deserves a lifetime ban from the game of college football. Every single player that was on that team deserves a ban from ever being allowed to participate in coaching at the collegiate level, because they were just as complicit as the coaches. Don't tell me they didn't know. McCarthy basically came out and said they knew. They knew
they knew. I mean, Stallions gave the cheat sheet to one of the players when he left. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah. So
I mean,
the
I just don't
NCAA needs
get
to do the
how-
right thing. They do the
I
right
don't
thing,
get
all
how
this
they
goes
lied
away.
to their face. Oh yeah, but how do you get away with lying to their face? You know, impeding an investigation, destroying evidence, having that many level 1 violations, and you get a slap on the wrist? I mean, what in the world are we living in here, man? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
What message does that send to the rest of college football?
Do what you want, and you're going to see it. It is officially the Wild Wild West, because the NCAA has no longer got the right to police if they don't do the right thing. No sanction is legitimate from the NCAA if they don't do the right thing here. When you're talking about the worst violation against the game of college football ever. Possibly the worst violation against sports ever.
Well, not only that, but you had the biggest data breach in the history of the USA. You know what I mean? Biggest data breach ever. I mean, all in the same program at the same time. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. If they let that go, it's a freaking joke. I mean, honestly, you almost think like college football's rigged after that. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, they put themselves.
What rules do they have?
They put themselves in the same category as WWE at that point. It's basically a pre-scripted, predetermined game at that point.
How do we know that the NCAA, if it's just a slap on the wrist, how do we know they didn't get paid off?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you got to start thinking about their integrity. Did they get? I mean, would you think Michigan wouldn't pay somebody off? I wouldn't. I wouldn't put anything past those guys.
Yeah.
A lot will do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man.
I mean,
I got to move on to the next caller, Sean, but I appreciate the call.
All right, thanks.
Yep, thank
you.
you.
No problem.
Guys, make sure to check out that interview that Sean and TG did with Corny Green, coming up on one of our pre-recorded segments that'll be dropping here shortly. And of course, check out Sean, TG, and their producer Buck Vader every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on the Buckeye Lounge.
And
right
maybe
here.
tomorrow.
Yes.
And maybe tomorrow, Chris. Maybe we might be popping in an emergency show tomorrow. So anything could happen. Let's just put it that way.
Sounds good, brother.
Thanks, brother. Have
Take
a
it
good night.
easy.
Good show.
Yep. OH.
Scum sucks. IO. Scum sucks.
Hey, Chris, just bring me on when Burks is done.
I actually Burks asked me to move him to the back of the line. Do you want to come on real quick first?
Nope, just move me to the end.
Okay. I have one other caller, and then we're going to slide Burks in. Burks told me to go ahead and bump the other caller to the front. 330. You are on. Let's see. This is Dave. Dave,
Yeah.
how are things?
The scum people are already, doing victory laps right now.
But that
You know
shouldn't
what I mean?
surprise you.
They're
They
all,
are who they are.
I mean, they're already doing victory laps. I mean, have you already touched on the fact that how does one program tattoo for memorabilia, get you vacated wins, get you a bowl band that costs you a national championship, but these dirtbag people are going to get away with this because you know what their admission of guilt was. Number one, when they fired the Stallion, I always thought that was an admission of guilt. If everything that the Stallion was doing was above board and legal and was the right thing to do, he would have kept his job. He'd still be doing his job. And if everybody out there knew, could say, okay, here's what he was doing, here's why it's not against NCAA rules. None of them when asked about it, could speak intelligently about it. They just played dumb when asked the questions because they couldn't give answers. Did you ever notice they asked them all during 2023? Well, what was the role of the Stallion? And to this day, they still don't, talk about it. Do they? Have you heard any of them say, well, this is what the Stallion did for us? And he was paid $50,000 a year, and he was on their payroll. Have you heard anybody on their staff say anything about that? About
Nope.
what his role was and define it? Because I haven't.
No, I have not either. And Dave, let me tell you, I'm still not buying into the fact that this is nothing. Michigan insiders have said this is nothing, but I'm not going to believe it until I hear it. And, I'm going to try to have faith in the NCAA that they're going to do the right thing.
How do you have this many level ones and it be a nothing burger and you just get a slap on the wrist with this many level ones? And you know what? Harbaugh, who's an asshole, just totally says, you know what? I'm off to the NFL. Screw you. I think he knows that he's never going to coach college football ever again. But he's okay with that. You know what I mean? He's like, I'll never coach, college football ever again. I'll just stay in the NFL, and I'll just hang around and get NFL jobs. My brother will hire me as an assistant if I fail with the Chargers or something like that.
Yep.
Because I know I'll never be allowed to coach college football again. Right? He's never going to coach college football again. Do you think?
I agree with that. I don't think he's going to be coaching college football ever again. I'm very optimistic the NCAA is going to do the right thing. I'm sure that there's people who are saying no, that's not going to happen, and I understand that sentiment and where it's coming from. But man, I'm telling you, I just feel like let's wait for it to play out. Let's see what happens tomorrow before we all go into panic mode.
What the hell kind of college football coach leaves the national championship team? I mean, you would say, "Hey, no, I want to." Doesn't a coach say, "Well, I want to stick around. I want to build a dynasty. I want to win multiple championships. I want to get on a run here."
If you look at his history,
that was an admission of guilt. Yeah, go ahead.
If you look at his history, though, his history was not great in college football. He struck gold with the championship.
Stanford.
He struck gold with the Asterisk championship. Right. He had been trying to get out and go to the back to the NFL for years. This was his opportunity. He had to take it when he did. I understand him going to the NFL. I'm not going to say that's necessarily a admission of guilt. I do think it makes him look more guilty. I can't say it's solely an admission of guilt because he'd been trying to do this for years.
Yeah, but here's the other thing, though. Why not get on like a Pete Carroll, Jimmy Johnson kind of run and maybe try to win multiple ones and be like a whatever program and then say, okay, after I build up my college resume to a great level, then I'll go to the NFL. I mean, a lot of coaches do it that way too, I mean, to me, that's what reeked about it, because I mean the timing is everything here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, you guys have a scandal, you win the championship. Well, now it's time for me to get out of town. You know?
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. He felt slighted by the university as well. He felt
True.
that what they did to him with his contract was wrong. He was an NFL guy. He wanted to be an NFL guy. This was simply a springboard. He took his first shot. I'm not defending what he did as far as bowling to go. I do think that he knew exactly what he was leaving behind, and I do think he knew that the coaches he left behind were possibly going to face consequences, and that's why he took so many with him to the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he took the strength coach and some other people. I know that.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, I got to say this too. I mean, if I mean my whole situation here is this. You know, I just think that there's a lot of people there. I mean, the guy was on their payroll as far as the Stallion goes. He was on the sideline in Columbus in 22. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally, you know, we've got the pictures of him telling Moore and him telling Minter what plays Ohio State is going to run in the game in Columbus in 22, correct? I mean, that's known fact.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So that's undisputable. So what we're saying is Jim Harbaugh can't define a role of a guy that's on the sideline in Columbus in 2022 telling his offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator plays that Ohio State is running. And this guy is paid $50,000 a year by the university, which is the Stallion's salary, if I believe. Did I get that right?
Yes.
I thought that was accurate. Okay. So the Stallion's getting paid $50,000 a year. He's on their sideline. He's telling their OC and their DC Ohio State's plays, and Jim Harbaugh cannot intelligently explain what Connor Stallion's role is while he was up there. Does anybody buy that? Does anybody buy that?
No,
I mean,
nobody with half a brain.
I mean, does that not reek? I mean, like an outhouse. I mean, give me a break, dude.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. It's weak. Let's call it what it is. Jim Harbaugh is weak. His story is weak.
I mean, you know, Ohio State policed their own program. You know, Ohio State has Archie, and they have the compliance department that comes down on this program. You know what I mean? And I mean, what do they do up there? What's their compliance program? Filled with a bunch of yes people? Their media up there is totally complicit in the whole thing. They're in on it, by the way. They're like an advocacy media. They don't even dare question them up there.
Their media is a branch of the university, is what it is. They're a propaganda machine. Right. They're not media.
Yeah, that's right. They're a total propaganda. The Isaiah Holes, the scam webs, of the Daces of they're all Kool-Aid drinkers that are in on it with the rest of them up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I got to say this, though. I got to say this. To be fair, we've got to get this right on the field. We have to get this right on the field. We just have to. I don't want to live on a planet where we can't beat these scumbags again. We have to be able to beat these people. You know, you know, they did what they did. Okay. But I like and respect Ryan Day. The national championship is great. But, you know, it's a very important game still to me and to a lot of people that have watched this game. I've watched Ohio State football since 1986. It's the most important game for me every year. We have to still be able to get it right. We have to be able to turn this thing around. This is why Woody Hayes, Jim Tressel, Urban Meyer are held in the highest regard, because they have winning records against the scumbags, and they won national championships.
So,
I mean, he's got to.
Dave, let me just say this. I agree with you. Ryan Day needs to fix this on the field. And my take is this. If scum gets punished, I want to see Ryan Day beat them the last weekend in November. If the scum gets away with this, I want to see Ryan Day embarrass them, humiliate
sure.
them, hurt
Yes.
them the
Flags
last
all
week
over their
of
field.
November.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I agree. It should be like 18 and 19 at least, if not worse.
Yeah. Anything else on your mind tonight, Dave?
No, I just, are you guys going to go live tomorrow and
If
chat again, or
if news comes out, I'm sure we'll be live at some point.
Are we expecting news to come early on this and
Well,
get this all out the way early during the day, or when do they expect to break it?
The timeline I've heard is Michigan will receive the notification between 9 and 10. Now, I've heard some sources say they already have the notification. I don't buy that. I've heard them say 9 to 10 they'll receive the information tomorrow. Sometime between 12 and 1, there's supposed to be a public release of the information. Do I know if that's accurate? No, that's just something that I'm hearing. So,
well, it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow, my friend, and
yes,
I'm sure we will hear from a lot of the scum trolls who will do what scum trolls do, and they're going to have their say. If things go a certain way come tomorrow, but like I said, Ohio State is still the 2024 national champions. That is one thing I know, and come November, that team up north needs to get their comeuppance. That's all I got to say.
agreed. IO, go Bucks. I have one more caller in queue, and that is going to be Mr. Burks, and we are going to take that call. And then after that, I'm going to be joined by my co-host, Buckeye Boggs. Burks, my friend, how are things?
Man, life is great, dude. You don't understand.
Only if you're drinking the ill-gotten Kool-Aid, my man, because I don't believe for a second what you're hearing from Michigan insiders.
Dude, Wildman, it's over, man.
It's not even close. Not even close.
Dude, you cannot be like, bro. It's you've seen all the reports, man, of Dan Wetzel.
From who? From who?
Dan Wetzel and these guys, and like
they know as much as I do, Burks. They know as much as I do. That's the thing. None of these people know anything.
Dude,
they think they know. They know nothing.
I'm watching. Dude, I've been watching Scoop from yesterday and even today.
That's fine.
I watch Scoop, right?
That's fine.
They're even like, man, it seems like it's over, dude. Like, look at their facial expression and all that stuff and what they're saying.
They can believe what they want.
Life is great. Hey, life is great of being a Michigan fan, man. You don't understand, man.
First of all, life cannot be great when you're a Michigan fan because you root for scum-sucking pigs. You root for a team that hasn't been valid since 1948. That's not good. They are the Harvard and Princeton of today. They are nothing. They're a joke. They're an embarrassment to the game of football. We can talk about this tomorrow.
Hey, Wildman, shout out to Sean, man. He was like, man, he's had it. He can't give no wrong info. Like it's 180 degrees, man. Sean, you, my man, that was a great stuff you just said.
Here's the thing. I didn't hear it. I'm not going to comment on it. I prefer to let other people do their talking for themselves. So I'm not gonna do that. But what I am gonna say is, I know what I believe. I have my faith that the NCAA is going to do the right thing. I'm pretty confident that Michigan fans are as delusional as they've always been, and that not a one of these so-called insiders has a clue. If I'm wrong, I'll come on and admit I'm wrong. But I'm not wrong. Here's the facts. Here's the facts. If Michigan gets off, it is simply because Fox and the TV people bought their way out of this. This has nothing to do with Michigan not cheating. Nothing. They cheated. You know it. I know it. There's no denying it.
I know they cheated. Right? I don't think I've ever said that. But I'm just saying.
You know there's no legitimacy to their national title. You know that.
Whoa, there's leaks. They're not vacating the national title. All right, so I know your prediction. Your prediction is vacating.
But what do you believe? What is your belief as a human being? Do you believe they have legitimacy to their title? A team that
Yes
cheated
and
for
no.
half the
Yes
season.
and no.
If the team cheated half the
Okay,
season,
all
did
right,
they deserve
yeah,
to be
they
there?
cheated half the season. Don't get me wrong, but here's the thing. Yes,
Then did they
have to.
deserve to be there?
I'll tell you why. No, I'll tell you why. Because I need to know evidence how much of an advantage it gave them. You know, like that's where I'm at with the cheating scandal. It's the advantage was they knew every play, they knew every, they knew what Ohio State was going to do every single second, and knew a counter, and they like basically a script that you're going to win this game by calling these plays. And yes, they should forfeit it. But apparently, with the news and stuff and all the leaks coming out and they haven't found stuff like that. So
I do not believe that for
they
1
win the
second.
national title.
I do not believe they haven't found
dude.
anything. Nobody's come out and said they didn't find anything, Burks. All people are
They didn't
saying is that
find
Michigan's.
stuff. Don't get me wrong. They found a lot of additional like information. But like I said, if stuff is gonna get released tomorrow, I need to know more and more. I just don't know enough right now, and I hope tomorrow we all know what is gonna be.
I agree. Because
that's where I'm at right now. But so I can't really answer that question right now to tell you the truth. But at the end of the day, what I'm hearing, man, I'm excited. I'm gonna sleep nice, man. I'm going to Michigan and Northwestern in Chicago at Wrigley Field. It's gonna be so damn fun. And man, it's great to be a Wolverine. And I wear maize and blue every day to work and wear my Michigan backpack. And man, it's gonna be great. God, it's so
you ought to consider a wardrobe change, Burks. It just makes you look foolish wearing that stuff.
Dude, Wildman, look, admit it, man. You're just admit it, dude, my man. All right, you are my man. All right, I'm just gonna say
absolutely.
You are. All right. Yeah. So I'm like, don't get me wrong. I found a lot of enemies called fake Buckeye fans on YouTube. These guys are like crazy. I'm not even chill with these dude. You guys are like, I like you guys a lot. You guys are legit Buckeyes. You guys, what I like about you guys too is, you guys want the enemy to suffer. That's how it should be. That's how the rivalry should be. I want Ohio State to suffer, right? Now, do I agree that you guys, deserve to get that penalty? No, that tattoo gate penalty.
Now, see, that's where we disagree because I do believe they deserved it. You break the rules, you deserve a penalty. You deserve a significant penalty. The difference is Ohio State had the marbles to go out there and give it to themselves. They had the integrity to go and give it to themselves. They didn't hide from the NCAA for 3 years.
Well, man, all right, let's just say this, man. I understand you don't want to be wrong. I get it, my man. I get it. You don't want to be wrong, but you're going to be wrong tomorrow. You're going to.
I'm not wrong. Even if it doesn't go my way, I'm not wrong because I know what's right and what's wrong.
Okay, but Wildman. Oh yeah. Okay, fine. I'm not saying that. I'm saying a prediction is going to be wrong. With saying that you think that we're going to get a bowl ban and vacating.
We'll have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, we will have to wait and see. But what it's looking like, man. And listen, if I'm wrong, if there's bowl bans and vacating wins, man, because my prediction is no bowl bans, no vacating wins, no natty, gone. Right? I've said that many times. I just said that there's gonna be a huge fine and maybe a show cause, like a longer show cause. That's it. And listen, if I'm wrong, I will come on the channel and be like, you know what, I was wrong. I was a fool. All right. But at the end of the day, man, all the channels who brought this scoop, not scoop, I'm not trying to say scoop, my bad, I'm not trying to say that, but all the channels who are just bringing this hammer, at the end of the day, you guys have to take your L at the end of the day and just move on. That's what I'm trying to say. Take the L and move on.
All I'm going to say is we'll wait and see. And if I am wrong, I will admit that the NCAA screwed up. If they don't give the right penalty, I'll admit the NCAA screwed up.
All right, and will you admit that, okay, all these channels are also wrong as well with this, covering it? Will you admit that or no?
I'm not going to make a comment about another channel. I don't feel that's right.
Okay.
It's not my place to judge another show or another channel.
All right, no, I know you're playing it safe. I know. I should have not asked that. Sorry about that. But no. We'll see, man. But I'll be at work. Oh my God. And yeah, the end of trolls on YouTube, they're gonna come for you guys eventually.
Let them
And
come.
You guys just have to, block them.
Let them come. I'm
Yeah,
not
they're gonna
blocking
come.
anybody.
It's all-
I don't need to block
not
anybody. I've
block
got
them.
right on my side.
Okay, not block them, but they're gonna come, kick them out, do whatever. But they're gonna come. They're gonna come.
Let
in
them.
droves. I'm just letting you guys.
Let
know.
them. I've got right on my side, and that's what I need.
They're coming, bro. They're gonna be affecting all.
Don't sing it. Just bring it. I'm ready.
All right, man. That's the way, man. That's the way, dude. You gotta. They're coming. And no, I'm not gonna be that one. I don't troll like that. I'll tell you right now. I'm a man of my word. I would never go on a channel like, a Buckeye channel I don't like and start like saying crazy stuff. I'm not like that. So.
All right, Burks. Hey, I appreciate the call, brother. I'm sure we'll talk to you at some point in the next day or two, man.
Yeah, man.
You have a great night.
Yeah, take care, and it's great to be a Wolverine fan. And goodbye.
All right, I am now joined by Buckeye Boggs, who apparently has something he'd like to say tonight. Oh, the hard copies are in. The hard copies of the magazine are in. Guys, do they look as good as we hoped they'd look, Eric? No volume.
Sorry, I muted myself. Not bad, Chris. They look good. It's really good paper. It's magazine. It's actually better than a lot of magazines you buy at the store. No joke. Like it's
That's
legit.
awesome.
And the print is gorgeous.
Damn, whoever put that together did a great job, Eric.
Look at the back cover. Look at that.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really nice. Like, check this out. It's very, very nice. Um, very proud of it. I'm very proud of it. Um, yeah, just look at that. Like you got your so these are now going to be now available. So tomorrow, Chris and I will get these available. We printed off. We didn't print off very many
It's a
because
limited run.
we weren't sure how many we would sell, and we want to be sure that try to get our money back out of these. So we went with the lowest possible for this year. If we end up selling them all out and it ends up being a really good thing, then we'll make more next year we'll know that the hard copies are the way to go. So we'll do that. But yeah, this will be available. If you're a member, you should have the digital copy already, and you should have been enjoying it. If you got the digital copy and you still want a hard copy, you can purchase that. We will make that available. Chris and I will announce this, and we will put this out for everybody so that you can purchase it. We'll figure out how we're going to do it, Chris. But yeah, very, very happy with this. It turned out really nice.
So save that printer's information, Eric. We may have to go back to the well.
Yeah, I think so. I did learn one thing, and that is next year, Chris, we're going to have to put more of a border around the pages because they go right up to the edge of the page, man. I mean, there is no space. I mean, it is right
have
up
to leave those half-inch margins, huh?
Well, not maybe a half inch, but we'll need to create a little bit more of a margin. And yeah, there you go, Burks. There's even your team's got a page there, a couple pages. So this magazine, I'm very happy with it. The quality is fantastic. Yeah, we've got there's a couple ads in there. There you go. Some of our sponsors are in there. Every game is broken down. Every position group is broken down. We've got some amazing articles available. This thing is worth every penny. I think it's the best preview magazine for Ohio State that I've ever seen. and I would buy all of them. I would buy every single one of them as an Ohio State fan, and I would leave disappointed every single time because I wanted more. These are legit. Hopefully, we sell them all.
How much was our first run again? 30?
Yeah.
So, guys, if you want them, get them quickly. I anticipate they're not going to be around long.
I hope so. We'll. I know. We've got a couple people who've pre-ordered. I know you and I obviously we're going to keep a couple for ourselves. We need to send a couple out to our sponsors and everybody who's supported us. So it's very limited. So if you want one, and if you want Chris and I to autograph it for whatever reason, we'll do that for you.
Because oddly enough, that was a request by one of the
It was.
pre-orders.
It was. We'll find a place somewhere on the magazine. Maybe the.
Why don't we do the back cover by our pictures?
How about that page? Well, it's black, so it'd be tough to.
Gotcha.
I think this page would be all right. The inside cover page.
Yeah.
But we can do that for everybody. But yeah, it's available, man. And as for tomorrow, I just spoke with Sean. Sean and TG at some point tomorrow will go live with a live reaction when the news drops. So at some point after the news drops, they will have a live reaction show. And I might open up the phone lines tomorrow night when I get home from my stepson's scrimmage. He has a scrimmage tomorrow night at 5:30 before the varsity takes the field. So tomorrow night, probably sometime around 8 o'clock, we might do a call-in show if it warrants it. So that's what you can expect tomorrow night. I think you can expect probably a couple shows tomorrow. TG and Sean doing a reaction at some point tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. I don't know. At some point they'll do a live reaction show, and then we might do a emergency call-in show if everybody needs to get some vent and get some anger out or venom or whatever happens. Maybe some joy. I don't know.
Or will we be on the way to Pittsburgh, Eric?
I don't think so. I have always been
You've
very.
been Debbie Downer the whole time. Then.
I have always been very weary because I don't have any faith in the NCAA. I never have. I never will. I think they're wishy-washy. I don't think they have as much evidence as has been let on. I think Michigan has played poker, has kept the cards close to their vest the whole time. Give them credit for that. And I think
give them nothing.
I think they have fought tooth and nail the whole time, and they have proven that the NCAA is toothless. But we'll find out. Maybe they're not. I know this much. I know this much, man. I have tried on my platform to try to prepare everybody that it might not be what you all been promised. And I got a little bit excited when I heard that interview with Intrinsic on the Buckeye Lounge. I got a little bit excited because I thought, man, the way he's explaining this sounds to me like there might be some significant punishment here. And then I ended up thinking it's probably going to be somewhere in the middle. It's probably going to be where Ohio State fans aren't happy and Michigan fans aren't happy. But if it's a nothing burger here, man, there's going to be a lot of people who have egg on their face in this fan base. A lot of people.
You know, Eric, and that's where you and I kind of disagree.
Yeah, we have, and that's okay.
Because this is the thing. There's right and there's wrong, and if Fox bought Michigan's way out of the doghouse, that to me doesn't mean that anybody in this fan base was wrong. It just means that they got suckered for a second time.
Who are you hearing that from?
No, I'm just saying
you're just
Michigan got out of this,
following the money type of thing.
Yes, because money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, well, the love of it is. The love of money is the root of all evil.
But hey, no matter what, Bobby Mack said it earlier, and I think he said it right. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, fact is, odds are we're all drinking tomorrow night.
I might actually have to bust open the Wellers up there, huh? Here's the thing, guys. Yeah, they're going to be loud. They're going to be obnoxious. They're going to want to rub your face in it because that's who they are. That's who they are.
They're called scum for a reason.
And I'll never forget when I had a coach who used to say it like this. He didn't like it when people would talk trash on the basketball court or on the baseball diamond. And he used to say it like this. The best way you can talk is with the scoreboard.
Facts.
If we start, we need to turn the tide again. If we can turn the tide on the field, then none of this matters. None of it does. So we've taken it on the chin as a fan base, and this fan base has said it's because of cheating. I'm here to tell you that 13 loss in November was not because of cheating.
No. I give them 100% credit for that 13-10 loss.
Yeah.
Ryan Day had a terrible game plan, and they took advantage. They did what they had to do.
So we've had to take that we've had to take that loss on the chin, whether we like it or not. That's how you do it. Well, they responded by going out and winning the national championship. Now you have to respond by going into the big house and kicking their butt up and down the field the whole game. That's how you do it. Regardless of what happens tomorrow, that's what you do. If you are an athlete, that's what you do.
Yes.
You let that be your statement. So we'll see. Like I said, hashtag BTB. That's what it's all about. Hashtag BTB. So,
and that second B can carry whatever meaning you
whatever meaning you want. So, whatever happens tomorrow, I'm here to tell you, because I was an athlete, even though I don't look like one today, I've always believed you get your comeuppance, you get your comeback, you get it on the field. That's where you do it.
Here's the thing, Eric. All this stuff that's going on, this should not matter to the 100 guys who are suiting up for the Buckeyes right now.
No, none of that is ever mentioned in here. None of it. You know why? Because that doesn't matter to this season. It doesn't. It doesn't matter to this season. This season is about this team and what they accomplished this year. Same thing with the national championship. Last year's national championship means horse crap to this team. And that's why I love their attitude right now. I love their attitude with that. All right, I know you got to end the show, Chris. Hopefully you turned your phone off and cut the
I turned the phone off right after Burks.
Beautiful. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. So Sean and TG, they asked permission to do a live tomorrow at some point. I said, at whatever point you guys want to do it, go live tomorrow. Have your reaction. So that should be interesting. Andre,
depending on what happens, you might want to check M ratings, Eric.
Yeah, if I can. The problem is I'll be at work. So, well, we'll just take that. We'll just take that strike on the chin if we have to, I guess. But we'll be back to tomorrow night, more than likely, to do another call-in show for all of you.
Yep, absolutely. So, guys, thanks everybody who tuned in tonight. Good night. God bless. Go Bucks.